Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On play action, Fields. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Deion Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Fields' throw there, complete to Mooney. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shifts by him, and they'll get this down to the 10. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Touchdown! It's complete. Cole Kmet, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It got his man complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Koo able to connect on the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, Wilson. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down. And now here's a carry heading left. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that. Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They snap it to Fields. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Fields. Man open is Robinson. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. Here's Fields. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Again, Fields. Touchdown, Bears! Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have broken the tie. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Here's Carter now on the return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
Here's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Play action. It's Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break. Fields gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Off play action, Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Out of the gun, Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick-6. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Anderson. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Cohen now to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And it won't be a pick-6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll be out right at the 35.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
That catch good for only a couple.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 23. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They go play action with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Hines. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, Wilson. Looking deep for Adams. Got a man that's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a big play that time by the Jets. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On second and goal, Wilson being chased out left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. To throw again is Wilson. The left side throw complete to Adams. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. Fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the left. He'll be taken down. The Jets get him there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. To throw is Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Jets are going to win this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 24, Wilson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Wilson. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. With the lead up now to 25.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,